Hello and welcome. This is a presentation on wet well aeration for fog control. Fog standing for fats, oils, and grease. What is aeration? Aeration is the process by which air is circulated through, mixed with, or dissolved in a liquid or substance. Aeration brings water and air in close contact in order to remove dissolved gases and to oxidize dissolved metals, including iron, hydrogen sulfide, and volatile organic chemicals, or VOCs. Aeration in wastewater treatment is the process of adding air to wastewater to help break down organic materials and pollutants through aerobic biodegradation. This is a diagram of the mixing process. Air is pumped from a compressor outside of the wet well down through a hose through a diffuser at the bottom of the wet well. The air bubbles rising from the diffuser create a mixing process in the water, turning up the wet well. This mixing process, plus the rising of the oxygen and the air bubbles pumped from outside, release ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide. These gases are then released and pushed up or stopped from forming because this mixing process breaks up the typical process of, the biodegradation of your solids and stuff and rotting, turning into hydrogen sulfide. So this releases that all up before it becomes harmful. This mixing process also churns up the solids and helps them break apart. And we'll see that more in the next slide. This slide demonstrates a quick little YouTube video that we have. We're going to pause and go to that YouTube video. Here we have test site 1 at Piazzi Lift Station, or SLS9. So this is a before picture. Before we install the aerator, you can see we have this fog cap on top. Next, you're going to see a short video of what it looked like after we installed the aerator. So this is going to be Piazzi Lift Station after 1 hour of aeration.
Yeah.
This is Piazzi Lift Station.
Yeah.
1 hour into blowing air bubbles. There was a little bit of a cap on. They had just barely sucked this down with a cleaning truck, so it didn't have a thick cap. But there was a little bit of a cap here. And as you can see, pretty much nothing, nice and clean.
Here we'll have that same lift station, Piazzi Lift Station, after 24 hours of continuous aeration.
Piazzi Lift Station. It's been 24 hours that we've been running this.
Notice after 24 hours, the grease ring around the edge has been broken down.
Looking pretty good.
This is Piazzi Lift Station after 1 week of aeration.
Piazzi Lift Station. A little less than 1 week in the process of air bubbling.
This will be Piazzi Lift Station after a full month of aeration.
Piazzi Lift Station, 1 month into the bubbler project.
During this process, we had to pause the aeration for 4 days to do maintenance, and we took a little picture of what it looked like just after 4 days of with no aeration.
Piazzi Lift Station. This is 4 days of not running the aerator.
Notice the buildup of the cap.
Some repairs.
This is our second test site, Sky Farm A lift station. We have a lot of problems here with having a pretty thick fog cap. The next slide will be a video of Sky Farm lift station before we added the aerator.
This is Sky Farm A. This is right before we turned on the wet well aerator. We're going to start her up here in a second.
The next slide will be a video of Sky Farm A after 24 hours of aeration.
Sky Farm A lift station. This is about 24 hours. That's how I hurt my finger. About 24 hours of rubbing the bubbler. That is what the wet well looks like now. Now we're gonna move on to this one. This one didn't get hosed out, but we'll see how it looks. Not too good. We'll leave this one a hose down and see if it cleans up the hose.
The next slide will be a video of Sky Farm A lift station after 1 week of aeration.
This is the wet well at Sky Farm A. This is 1 week into doing the aeration. It's looking really good. We're gonna go check this one. It doesn't do a lot for this one, but it definitely cleans up that one.
This is Sky Farm A lift station after 2 weeks of continuous aeration.
Sky Farm wet well, Sky Farm A wet well. This is 2 weeks of having the air bubbler installed. You can see we don't have any more of a cap and no oil or grease. Very nice.
This is Sky Farm A lift station. After running the aerator for 3 weeks, we did a little stop to do a cleanup of the diffuser.
This is Sky Farm A. It's been running a little bit over 2 weeks. We're on week 3 here. And this is just some of the buildup that we get. But better it goes wrapped around this thing than gets clogged in the pump.
So as you can see in that video, we had some pieces of rags, shirts, hair, dental floss, all kinds of stuff that just ends up in the sewer. And it was getting wrapped around the aerator chain that goes down to hold the diffuser in. And like I said in the video, better it gets wrapped around that chain than ends up in the pumps. So we end up cleaning this off once every 3 months while doing station checks, and it keeps the wet well still running nice. This will be Sky Farm A lift station after 1 month of continuous aeration.
Sky Farm A. This is a bit over a month of the wet well aeration.
This is the third test site 3 at West College Lift Station. This was a larger lift station and had typically a lot more problems with fog just because of the quantity of wastewater that is getting collected in this wet well.
This is West College, right before we turn the bubbler on.
Now you can see from the depth of this one, that's going to be a lot harder to monitor. Also, what isn't shown in this video is how the wet well goes out to the sides more. It's not just a small little capsule or little pod, it's a square box, and the manhole only shows just this one section of it. All right. The next slide will be a video of us turning the aerator on and letting it run.
All right.
There it goes.
As the aerator turns on, you
Bubbler is
will
now
see
on.
some rags and stuff churn up. That's from the movement.
Aerator is now on, yeah. A couple rags. Let's see if I can zoom in.
So I paused the video here. As it's churning up and mixing, you see the rags and stuff move through the water. But another thing I want you to focus on is right here, there is a ring of grease that has been attached to the sidewall of this wet well. And we will pay attention to that because in the next video, we watch it disappear.
Nah, it's.
I can't tell.
So we're a foot down from the top of the box.
This is West College Lift Station after 3 weeks of continuous aeration.
We're at West College. We run the aerator in about 3 weeks.
Notice the grease ring around the edge from the last video has almost completely disappeared. We don't really see it at all anymore, and that's a really good sign.
Hard to see how good it's been doing, but a little bit of an idea.
Okay, and that concludes this presentation on fog control using aeration. Some side notes would be that while I say continuous aeration for a week or a month or whatever in these videos, that is true, but because we want to prevent cavitation as much as possible, and cavitation being when a pump sucks in air bubbles or creates micro air bubbles while running, every time the pumps turn on to suck in and pump water out of the wet well, we have the aerator set to automatically turn off once the pumps come on. So when the pumps turn on, the aerators turn off, the bubbles stop, and that hopefully prevents as much air as possible from getting sucked into the pumps and causing airlock or cavitation. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.